Hey, Andromeda, welcome. Hey, Krishna. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Welcome, friends and family. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Govinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Ah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Look at that madman. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya! Whoa! Shri Krishna Chaitanya! Shri Krishna Chaitanya! Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya
Thanks for using.
Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Nectar Moon of Lord Chaitanya. Let us glorify that boundlessly merciful, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj, to taste the intoxicated sweet waves of the nectar of transcendental love for Krishna, as well as give that nectar to others. He has now appeared in the transcendental abode of Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, I just marvel how simple that mission is that the Lord did. Yeah, he appeared here just to taste these intoxicating sweet waves of the mellows of love of Krishna. Isn't that amazing? Wow. You think he'd have a complicated mission? No. Just come here, taste the nectar of the holy names and pastimes. Everything's in there. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it a miracle? That's Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. To taste the intoxicate. What's the problem, man? Where's that path? Well, it's where the devotee is that's like that, tasting the sweet, intoxicating mellows of love of Krishna in the name like he did. Otherwise, who knows what that path is? That's why they don't teach it. They don't teach it in ISKCON. They don't teach it in Gaudiya Math or Smith. They never say, oh, go to the person who's tasting these mellows. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, no, no, we can't show that. No, no, we can't show you that we taste the intoxicating, sweet mellows of love of Krishna. Therefore, you don't know what that path is. And then the big mouth, loud mouth, Gohari Das comes here and shouts it to take the wax out of your ears. How simple it is, or it could be. What is the difficulty? What is the problem now? Oh, what do you think? The Lord came here to do what? To taste the sweet, intoxicating mellow and give it to others. If you're not doing that, then you don't know what Krishna consciousness is. You don't know why the Lord came here. Therefore, you can't go back to Godhead because that's what they do in Godhead. They taste these mellows. Can you imagine? These people don't know anything about this. All these illustrious so-called gurus out there don't know anything. Oh, what is Gohari doing over there? Oh, don't. Why isn't he up there worshiping us? Us. We're sitting on the high seats, man. We have all the money in the buildings. Why doesn't he recognize us? I only recognize those who taste the sweet, intoxicating mellows of Lord Caitanya's mercy. Otherwise, you're not recognizable. The Lord doesn't see you. He only sees his devotees. Didn't you hear what Jesus said 2,000 years ago? Only the Father recognizes the Son, and only the Son recognizes the Father. Why recognize anything else? That's all there is here. You just see Krishna and Krishna's servants. You see some are under the Maya. And they're imitating the Lord or imitating gurus, either one. You're either imitating God or you're imitating the guru. Don't tell me, oh, I'm sorry, that's too private. You can't show you that, man. They don't believe it. You make them prove it. Tell them, I want to see that. I want to see your hand, man. I want to see your. Do you got a pair of deuces? We're going to get those kind of gurus, man, the no shows. We're going to make them drink the truth, man. Oh, yes, be sure they recognize themselves in each other. Exactly. It's a good old boys club there. Well, we got a good young men and women's club here. This is the League of Ecstatic Devotees. Not just League of Devotees. What is it League of Devotees? Yeah, what kind of devotees? League of Ecstatic Devotees. Let's get more clear about this. We're a league, an association of ecstatic devotees. If you don't recognize the League of Ecstatic Devotees, that elite group, then you don't go back to Godhead. That's just fact. That's conclusive, isn't that, Janardhan? Conclusive? You don't recognize the League of Ecstatic, you're going to some other destination. We're going back to Godhead, man. We don't have to go. Godhead comes to us. The Lord is so impressed. He comes, hangs out with us every day. Radha and Krishna. Can you tell anybody out there? Because if you can, you're fortunate, and you'll probably stick around. The boys, we're the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, yeah. So, one who is untouched by any piety, who is completely absorbed in a religion and who has never even received the merciful glance of the devotees. See, the devotees. And that means real devotees. You haven't seen the merciful glance of the devotees. See? Not just anybody, not a abbas devotee, somebody who doesn't have real devotion. See? But you'll still ecstatically dance and loudly sing when you get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. But that comes through the glance of the devotees. Otherwise, you don't know what it is. They have to show you and explain it, and you have to see how glorious it is, how happy. You got to see a devotee who is more happy than anybody you've seen in this world. That's the only way you know. Only if you have love of God does your face shine, radiate more than any so-called devotee. That's when you know, oh, that's a so-called devotee. You're not really real because their face don't shine like a real devotee. Nobody knows what a real devotee is. You got to see some pictures of Prabhupada when he's ecstatic. Now you see a real devotee. Devotees, ecstatic devotees, the blissful face, ecstasy, a special shine they got. But nobody's seen that shine or recognizes it. Therefore, they go and they look at these morose faces in their leaders. You know, all the way from politicians to religion. The poopy popes, they look like mundane, just like politicians. Like many of these gurus, they look mundane, man. They speak mundane, they think mundane, and they say, we're representing Vrindavan. Well, come on, man. Well, anyway, nobody knows because nobody shows. What is the real glow of a devotee? See, love of Krishna is like this. Why wouldn't you be more happy than anybody else when you find your real home? You found your real mate for life, forever, actually, life, for eternal life. Why wouldn't you be extraordinarily happy? If you aren't like that, you haven't found God yet. You're bullshitting yourself and everybody else who believes you're bullshit, man. We're the ex women and men. We're mutants. You know, the mutants. See, we've been mutated by connecting with Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya. They mutated. We're a mutation. We're not exactly like we were, are we? We're a mutation and a nice one, man. You know, the ex men and women, they were empowered, right? Because of that. He's not living in a sour face like Lalita says. Come on, Ram Das Brijavasi, wake up, man. You got enough demons out of you? Keep looking at Lalita laughing at you some more, pissing you off more. Get it all out, man. Oh, there she is. Look at her. Shamagori, ecstatic girl. Yeah, that's it. Here she is. Look at her. She's ready to explode. Look at this. Now that's happiness. Now we need more of that, man. Go ahead, say something. Give us a word there, Shamagori.
It's cold. I had to put the blanket around me because I was freezing. Oh,
Are
I'm
you
good,
happy?
Rudy. I am good. Oh my Lord, listening to you is, oh, I can feel all these vibes now in my heart. This is so, oh, phew.
Now that's the kind of happiness we like to see. Now, happy devotees, man, really happy, man, from the heart. It pours out of their eyes, and the transformations in the body. See, now that's impressive. Yeah. Give us a word, Janardhan. Give us a word.
All glories to you, Gurudev. Thank you.
Yeah.
All due to your mercy.
Well, thank you very much. And Govinda, give us a word.
Yeah, have you listened to Isan, his video he was sharing? River Yamun asked him to share his experiences, dialogues with Prabhupada. It's amazing, actually. I just posted it. It's on my timeline, 4 posts down. Yeah, it's quite amazing what he has to share, actually. Very beautiful, very sincere devotee. Jadan has seen it, he seems to be. Yeah, amazing. Just did a live with the Banana Man,
With who?
Johan.
Aman?
Johan.
Oh,
Johan,
Johan.
that was lovely. Did like a video together. My gosh. Yeah, the ecstaticness in this Sangha is in so many different devotees. Ishan was speaking very favourably, very enthusiastically about here and your full approval from Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, it's worth watching that video. It's really lovely, sincere, honest. Yeah, I was transfixed all the way through it. It's great sharing.
Ah. Well, thanks, Govinda. All right, let's read on here. Let's see here. One who's completely absorbed in religion. Okay, yeah. Not attainable by the faithful performers of pious deeds, not understood by those engaged in austerity, meditation, and yoga, not guessed at by those absorbed in detachment, renunciation, and prayers, and unknown even to the devotees full of love for Lord Govinda. The secret of pure devotional service has been revealed by the holy name during Lord Gore's advent. You see how that's a verse? Those verses are they just come? They're just through the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita so many times that this is extraordinary. The holy name was revealed during Lord Gore's advent. They were chanting before that. They were chanting Hare Krishna. They were worshiping the deity. But see, it takes the advent of an ecstatic devotee to promote this, to give it to others, to relish it before the public, to show the example of that this kind of worship is available. Otherwise, nobody knows. See, it has to be revealed during the devotee advent, that form of worship. Just like you wouldn't know the form of Nishingadeva unless it appeared in this world before your eyes. That's why the devotees and Lord Chaitanya, they said, wow, when they saw an ecstatic devotee, it was so rare to see. Yeah, wow, we're really fortunate to see the Lord, a devotee in ecstasy. Krishna is very merciful us to let us see that. Otherwise, you don't know it even exists. And this is the problem with the devotees now. They don't know that it's real, that it can be real, that it is possible even. Look at the gurus like Narayan Raj. I mean, he was a great devotee in a sense. His whole life was dedicated to Krishna. You know, but still, until that kind of deep, deep associate of Lord Chaitanya is here, you still don't know. Look what he was preached. Oh, well, this is just. He knew that the mercy was so astounding, but he didn't think it's possible. No, it's not possible for devotees to get it. It's too big, too much. See, but anyway, that revelation is with us. It's within my heart. I saw it. When I got Lord Chaitanya's book, immediately. So, oh, this is it. And then it became more and more clear that it has to come through the devotees. The devotee has to manifest what it looks like to worship like that publicly. You have to show the people. Regardless whether they accept or don't accept, whether they criticize or appreciate, it has to be shown. Otherwise, nobody will know. The revelation has to be demonstrated. Okay? And so, Lord Prabhupada did that for us, obviously, because nobody from Bhakti Vinod all the way through Prabhupada they were not showing these things publicly. And then you see how funny, how amazing it is, Prabhupada. As soon as I started teaching like this, Prabhupada appeared and says, "This has my full approval." Can you imagine? People think Prabhupada would be conservative, right? Because he was preaching, but he saw this and he said, "Oh, you're doing exactly what I want you to do. You show more of this ecstatic worship. Teach its glory. See, it's time to finish this work. This is the finishing work. It's like you're building a house. You're building a house out there. It's just a structure. That's Vaidhi Bhakti. It's just kind of a structure. It's got the form, but the spirit ain't in there to decorate the walls. See, and the furnishings. The furnishings are transcendental mellows, and the walls are decorated with the beauty of ecstatic emotions and ornaments like this. Otherwise, the house is not finished. And that's kind of where it is, Krishna conscious is. That's why Jesus came to the Christians to finish the work. He even said it was finished. When the Holy Spirit awakens, well, you're qualified to enter the kingdom of God. But you're still going to learn more. I mean, this is endless. I'm always learning. I can't believe it's like the Lord was always learning and discovering. And it's just endless, endless beauty and sweetness and places to survey inside the transcendental potency of God. Just expands forever. I mean, I'm seeing it personally more and more and more. I mean, this was just like, it's enthralling, man. And it's so wonderful to share with devotees, And you'll see more and more will come. This is so real, and it just as we relish it, it gets more and more real for us, and more powerful, and more purifying to the world, to the universe. Actually, you think all demigods are relishing what we're relishing here? No, this is very rare. Finishing touch, yeah, it's a finishing touch. Yeah. So it's amazing, these verses. It's so like what we're here to preach. People don't know that the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can be revived. That's why even back then, it was either revived through the Lord personally relishing this ecstatic worship, or through a devotee relishing this ecstatic worship. The Lord would empower the devotee to do the work of distributing love of God. It has to be that way even now. Otherwise, like Minikaitam Ram Das was distributing, he was a devotee of Nityananda, distributing ecstatic love wherever he went. And then Nakula Brahmachari, he was doing like Lord, he's chanting in ecstasy, just like you see here, Hare Krishna in ecstasy and crying and laughing and all this stuff. And people started to believe in him, and they started following him, and that they got the mercy. They also started to cry and laugh and everything. That's how it's distributed, man. It's that easy. See, so we've been given the order to do it. It's placed on the menu now. See, I'm just here. You didn't know I was a waiter. I got another hat. I'm just a waiter. You guys are waiters also. We're waiting tables. We're going to the people out there and saying, here, it's a menu. And they look, what's on it? Love of Krishna. Anything else? No, no, this is the best thing we can give you on the menu. Only one thing, love of Krishna. What the Lord came here to relish is the best thing, the best tasty savory. Tasting transcendental mellows of love of Krishna and distributing to others. Once you taste this, you're going to like it so much you're going to want to share it with your friends. The cook. Yeah, this is how you cook it. Yeah, this is cooking also. So, not attainable by the faithful performers of piety. Okay, read that. Whether seen, touched, glorified, or remembered, bow down from afar, or worshipped. Lord Caitanya gives the nectar of pure love of Krishna to his devotees. See, this is another essential message. Well, where do you see that? Is that in any of the gurus out there? Any of your fearless or fearful leaders? We don't know. They have a deck of cards and this is a poker game. And we don't know. Well, what do you got? Do you have that love of Krishna? Oh, well, it's private. Okay? So therefore you can't preach it. You can't show it. Whether you have it or you don't have the mood of Lord Chaitanya. You don't have the empowerment of that. You didn't get the order like we do. See? So the essence for everybody to understand in this world, to find the greatest treasure is this simple. If you're not a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, which is practically 99.9% of even the Vaishnavas are not devotees as far as I've seen so far. I mean, maybe somewhere else, but not real devotees. You may have, oh, well, I do love Lord Chaitanya. Okay, but that's not the kind of devotion that the Lord came here to give you. It's extraordinary. It's excessive. It is unbelievable. It's amazing type of devotion. And if you're a real devotee and you bow down to Lord Chaitanya, you chant his name, you are flooded with love of Krishna. See? And if you're not yet a real devotee. So, oh, that's bad news. Well, let me tell you the good news. All you have to do is go to a devotee who chants Lord Chaitanya's name in ecstasy. And you will get this treasure. You'll win the lottery for God's sake forever. Not only me, you guys also now. Get your guru to believe in you there and believe in your ecstasy and you'll convert that guy. I've been wanting to get that guy. He's got potential, Why not? We got to give him the mercy. We'll double team that guy, man. Let's get that Bubba in there, man. He's got my name too. I wonder if he took my name. I wonder who had it first. Exactly. Yeah, but that you see how it's so simple, So you got to find the real associates of Lord Chaitanya, and they're very rare, just like Lord Chaitanya is very rare, especially now, So luckily, it's here in our sangha. We got quite a few now. See? So, and that's how you get it. You're proving that that verse works like this. See, we're like, this is like a scientific process. People might say, well, no, I'm going to go directly to Lord Chaitanya. See, I'm a devotee. Yeah, well, where's the symptoms that you have love of Krishna? Where's your Bob of Vrindavan? You know, you can read about that. And if you have even a little bit, I mean, if you're an Acharya Dave, you should be able to figure this out a little bit logically. Like, you know, if you really are an associate of Lord Chaitanya, you'll have the bhav of loving Krishna like those devotees do that you read about. It's pretty obvious. Like they cry, they laugh, they choke up. You know, they're just totally intoxicated on the holy name. Where do you see that? Where do you see that except here? I haven't seen it amongst the Radhakund Babajis. I have not seen it amongst Narayan Raj group. I certainly haven't seen it in ISKCON. I haven't seen it anywhere in Vrindavan even. They just duck, duck, duck. Now get goosed by God. Yes, we're here to teach them the path of how to goose God and get goosed by God. Onk, onk. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a science. Gohari cracked the code. We cracked the code. That's right. Code breakers. Safe cracker. That's a new ad. Thief. Looking, you know, crack the code of the safe so we can get the jewels. We stole the jewels, and now we're like Robin Hood, another hat. Robin Hood going out and giving the wealth that we've plundered Krishna and Radha's glory. We deflowered them, and we're going to spread their glory all over the world. See, for those who have attained the merciful sidelong glance of Lord Gore, impersonal liberation becomes as palatable as going to hell. You know, isn't it amazing? People think they spend all their time on YouTube and everything, and they go to these satsangs to be liberated. And they're because what my mind is always giving me trouble. Let me go and see some liberated guru, and they're sitting on the high seats. And yes, I'm enlightened. I'm realized, and I'm enlightened. You know, I'll enlighten you also. Someday you can be, like me. And so they got this game going. And it's so hard because yes, the mind is like a monkey. You just got to sit in meditations, and you see these people fall these paths. They never have a. You ever see people meditating? They're kind of grave. They don't look even happy. Like this. So see, the face is the index of the mind. Do you ever see that here, devotee chanting the holy name? That's a meditation beyond meditation. Oh, Lolita, she got to sing it. Go ahead, Lolita. I want to hear what you got. You got something to say. Say it. No? Nothing.
I couldn't follow anymore what you were saying because I was finding I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Trying to find the stream, so I couldn't follow for a while.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, the face is the index of mind. You see people doing different processes, how they look. So you see people doing Vaidhi, they look okay, like a little bit like this, but toned down and very reserved and like that. And then you got people doing meditations also. Look, oh wow, that person's really kind of peaceful, I guess, I don't know. But when you start chanting the holy name and you make connection with this bhakti, this devotion, it's so extraordinary. You look at this impersonal liberation or this thing they call one love or oneness with God or being God or whatever you speculate on. It's like you can see it doesn't make the Lord in their own hearts very happy. Therefore, they don't reflect that. See? So it's that simple to find the best thing in this world. Look at the faces of people. I mean, look at these politicians. You want to be like that? A lot of people, oh, I wish I was as wealthy as Trump. Oh, look at his face. Oh, I wish I was wealthy as this Jerry Powell guy who's the finance. Look how happy he looks. Look at his voice. Look at anybody. You can't look like that unless you come here and then you get a perspective. You realize, wow, this is different. You know, go listen to Acharya Dave's class. Okay, he's an Acharya Dave. An Acharya Dave. You know what an Acharya Dave is? A guy who goes to school, college, gets a PhD. Of course. Look at him giving class. Look at the intelligence there. Go hear from Narayan Raj. Go hear from these gurus. You do that after 30 days here, like really listening really attentively, really feeling the vibe here. And then you can go and do any of these things. Go to Mina's class now. Mahavir, if he ever gives it, he'll give you a Bhagavad Gita class. He's teacher now, Bhagavad Gita teacher. Maybe. And see the difference. Otherwise, nobody knows. You got to have perspective, man. That's why the Lord has to come. They have to show there's something extraordinary, and that the Lord showed the most extraordinary process, the most extraordinary happiness, extraordinary purification, extraordinary inspiration, extraordinary realization, and intelligence demonstrated. And that's why you have to meet an associate. Otherwise, you think all these other things are great, because that's what's being offered in the world. They're offering you Vaidhi, right? You see that as an example in the world. They're offering you, these guys, their study of the Vedas thing, memorizing all that. That's being offered. They're offering you Mayavadi. Okay? They're offering Christianity. They're offering Muslim. They're offering so many paths. But you see, they're all demonstrated. Oh, and we come along and demonstrate. Oh, you don't show that. Oh, no. Yeah, we're here to do that. We don't show this. Somebody's got to show it, otherwise nobody knows. Let's do rules and regulations our whole lifetime, and then die just in the rules and regulations, and just the ceremonial worship, external bhakti that the Lord rejected himself, right there in Prabhupada's book. Prabhupada's own translation, he said, Lord Caitanya rejected external bhakti of rules, regulations, and varnashram dharma. He rejected. Read my lips. Read Prabhupada's lips. Rejected. Varnashram dharma is its external bhakti. Are you ready to move on, anybody? Can you see you haven't attained love of God doing Varnashram Dharma or even regulative devotional service? Are you ready to listen to the truth and find the real path? No? Oh, go another course with Acharya Dave. Go get your PhD. See how hard it takes to do that, man. I don't know how he sat through all that bullshit. To be honest with you, it's like, how do you sit through, listen to all that bullshit they're putting in your head? You got to be a bit mundane. Could anybody here? I could never sit there and listen to go to school, to study, to memorize, in college, to get your bachelor's, and then you got to get a master's, and then to go through that kind of programming. What kind you have? How can you be a transcendental personality and put yourself through that? If you read about Lord Caitanya, it said no devotees can do that. They wouldn't have. They just couldn't do it. It's painful. I quit personally. I quit. I couldn't stand school, man. I couldn't stand being programmed. These lies there. I just knew inside there was just something wrong, man. I didn't know it. Now that I researched the last 2 years, oh yeah, they set up school in the 30s like this to put out average people, stupid people, get them to not to really learn, just to memorize, to obey, to comply. That's it. That's no wonder the Acharya Deva is telling you get your shot. He's just programmed, man. He went with the millennials, obviously. Too bad. That's your Guru Dave, man, leading you over a cliff. You don't see me telling you that stuff. Is this a good class, Salita? Yeah.
Yeah, of course, for the question. I wanted to go sleep. I have my pajama on already.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, 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 no.
No,
Don't
no,
don't be sorry.
Okay, let's see another verse here. We'll stop soon because it's getting late over there, man. Okay.
No, no, it's great. It's great, Gurmat. I can watch in pajamas as well.
Oh, okay, okay. See, so I like these verses are fantastic, man. See, and God, these I love these verses are so fantastic, man. They're the best thing in the world. These are real jewels, man. So when Lord Gaur Chandra's devotees, who are worshipped even by the demigods, drink the wonderful. See, can you see worship by? That's what I'm trying to teach here. This idea. The devotees of Lord Caitanya, which many of you are already, I mean, really devoted. You're really like spontaneous devotion is manifested in your heart. You devote the demigods worship persons like you because you're more than them in that sense. They have to meditate on the devotees of Lord Caitanya. See, that way they are elevated to that platform. That's what I teach here. You have to meditate, you have to worship, you have to believe in the associates of the Lord. And the associates of the Lord have these transcendental symptoms. They're worshipable by the demigods. Well, what about you guys? What are you worshiping those who don't have the symptoms? That is the wrong path. That is wrong. See, in this preaching, there's right and wrong. Because this preaching is to finish your sojourn in the material universe. It's right to only worship ecstatic associates of the Lord that are empowered by the transcendental potency. No one else. That's right. It is wrong to worship anything in the modes of nature as above the transcendental potency and those who manifest it. Hey, wasn't that the teaching in Srimad Bhagavatam of Nandi, the follower of Shiva, who said, anyone who puts a personality like Lord Shiva below a person like Daksha in the mode of goodness still has the coverings of envy and jealousy and false prestige. If you put that kind of Daksha above Lord Shiva, transcendental personality, you are less intelligent. You get the curse. You are cursed to be less intelligent. Read it and weep out there if you're fortunate. Bhagavatam. Goat head. See, that's the thing. It's cursed, but it just is what it is. You don't see the difference. You're less intelligent. See, a really truly intelligent person is a devotee of the Lord, of the transcendental Lord. Therefore, he has real devotion. He has real transcendental vibe. He vibes transcendentally. He would never do that. Prabhupada would never worship a mundane person. That's why he did not agree. He said, how dare you to appoint an acharya? An acharya rises by the will of Krishna. Even my guru never mentioned that you should vote that person is as acharya. That is mundane. That's ways of the world. He didn't see. That's saying I only an acharya is meant to be worship. Who gives you the transcendental? Why wouldn't you worship somebody who saves your life by giving you real life? liberates you from the modes of nature, teaches you what is actually transcendental by example and by word, by the word, man. To go to some mundane guru after Prabhupada left, and to go to some mundane guru and put them on the same level as Prabhupada is, first of all, it's an offense. It was offensive, actually, but nobody knows. And it was expected because they still need some shiksha. You come here, we'll teach you how to worship the Lord, and only who the Lord is, what is his nature. Transcendental, ecstatic, man. And we're here to teach that and show that and demonstrate that, glorify that, manifest that, make it law in this world. Wow, that sounded authoritative. See, the Lord, he'll empower you to begin an authority in this world. You know, like Nicodemus, he went to Jesus. See, Jesus was empowered like this, actually. Oh, same empowerment. Even the disciples were like Jesus in that. But his preaching, because they had the same spirit Jesus had. They got it by his mercy. Nicodemus goes and goes to his friends after hearing from Jesus. Oh, did he say anything different or new or something? No, but man, did he speak with authority? Like he was empowered by God. I never heard anybody speak like that. We certainly don't. We gurus of the day don't speak like that. They don't know what empowerment is. You got to see it with your own eyes. How are you going to know the authority of Lord Caitanya if you don't see an empowered authority of that word? The Lord, what do you think? The word by medium is just a friggin' word? It's just an idea in a book? You got to see a by medium where you can see the Lord and how he comes through his chosen representative. And you're all going to be like that. It's not just one here. We're going to make many. We're going to have empowered gods on this planet where God is going to work through them and show his authority. The ecstatic love of God is the ruling class. The elites of the world are those who have ecstatic love for Krishna, love for God, love for Christ. That's the new world order that the Lord has ordered. See, it's his order. What is this Carl Schwab? What kind of new world order is that guy? He's so unattractive. Who would he be? He and his friends are so unattractive that they have to deceive you guys because you believe in their bullshit, man. You believe in these lies. You believe they're so unattractive. Okay? But anyway, you have an option now. Anybody attracted to this kind of worship, this kind of authority, this authority is a win-win. You become authorized like this. You begin to know the confidential mission and mind of God, and you promote that in this world, and you liberate people out of this world. Now that's power. That's the power that Carl Schwab doesn't have. Klaus Schwab or whatever his name is. We swab the decks with these guys. George Soros. Look at that guy. He looks miserable. All of them. So unattractive. What is this? No wonder they got to deceive you. Got to lie to you. Got to cheat you to get you to follow their mission of making you a slave. And then they get rid of you. Oh my God. What is stupid? You want to be stupid? That's what you do. You follow them. You become dumb, and dumber. You come here, man, you become smart and smarter and more smart forever. So you got a choice, dumb, and dumber, or smart, and smarter. Or unhappy, more limited, more unhappy. Or more happy, and more happy and more sovereign, more free. Okay? Either one. That's why it's a great time to preach. I'm glad I was born now. That's all right. We want to make the hypocrites straight as an arrow. We're here to straighten their tails. My Lord is very powerful, very merciful, very powerful. You know, I can see He's going to do great things through this Sangha. You know, this is amazing, actually. You know, who is preaching like this? Who is showing these things? Who is showing the highest? Who is explaining the real intimate mission of Lord Caitanya? And it's so simple. The only hard people to preach to would be the ones who go to school, you know, and get PhDs. They'd be the harder ones because they've got to wash their brains out, you know, deprogram them. Something. They might take a little time for them to get purified. Give me more Amy's, right? We need to increase our army. You know, more Amy's and Fanny's and Shamaguris and Lalitas and Govindas and all you guys. Our army is building. Evos, especially Evo. Okay, a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day. Okay. See, what benefit did the world attain when Lord Ram, Nishinga, and many other incarnations of Godhead killed so many Rakshasa demons? How important is it that Lord Kapila and other incarnations revealed the paths of Sankhya and Yoga? You know, the devotees, you know how neophyte Vaishnavas are. When you get the mercy of Lord Caitanya, that's all it's about, is the mercy of Lord Caitanya. That's the embodiment of the highest esoteric truth, is Lord Caitanya, his path and his ecstasy and his mercy. And the Vaishnavas, and okay, Prabhupada got everybody, okay, today is Nishingadeva's birthday. Today is this incarnation and this incarnation. And, you know, you know, it's like, but you see the verse says, who cares about these guys? When Lord Chaitanya has appeared, just be with him. What am I gonna sit there and think about Kapila Dev? That incarnation he was more tough. Yeah, his own mother. You sit in cold water for 20 years and then you'll realize a little something from bhakti. My Lord Chaitanya didn't do that. He said, hey, just come here, man, taught an easier path. Same God, but so why not be with the God, the incarnation that's giving the most mercy, right? It doesn't, when you understand this? Why do I want to spend even a millisecond thinking about Kapila Dev when I could be thinking about Lord Chaitanya and his mercy and be one pointed? Worship of Lord Chaitanya for the mercy in Radha and Krishna he's giving so easily. See, all I'm doing is reviving the revelations and the realizations of that great devotee and many of the devotees who realized these things 550 years ago when the Lord was here, how great that mercy was. You know, people have forgotten that because they don't know that. I only know that because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. You know, otherwise I couldn't know that. I have to feel that. I have to experience that mercy, how great it is. That just like Prabodha, he had to experience that mercy, how great it was. Okay? Then they can share it in the form of the poem. Otherwise, nobody knows. See, no, and people are more or less misdirected. They stay in Vaidhi Bhakti, or they stay in impersonalism, or they stay on this path or that path and everything. And Prabodha said, hey, forget it, they're all useless paths. Just get with the mercy. Why would you do any other path? I mean, this can be for everybody. Even a dog attained love of Krishna by being on this path that we preach here. Anybody here, you have a dog, and you're a dog, and you become a real devotee, a confidential associate. Your dog is automatically liberated, much less your parents and everybody, your forefathers, and all of that. I've seen how this works, even with my brother. I saw him cry and develop faith in what I'm doing, and just think of like what I was doing, and with tears would come down. That is the Lord showing, hey, He liberated him. What do you think is going to happen when he sees Krishna? The tears will come also. They celebrate those days and do those rules because So anyway, we're here to share. This is the more conclusive. It's the highest. See, it's not just high reality. See, the reality distinguished from illusion. This is the highest reality. This is the highest conclusion. This is the conclusion even the Vedas don't know, is what you hear here. That's Prabodhana's preaching. That's our preaching here. This is what the Vedas don't know. They're all studying. They don't. What is it for? He said, no, our Guru, Narayan Raj couldn't ascertain this. If he did, he would be preaching it and liberating it. It wasn't given for him to do. So, regardless of whether I had people that are in with the Narayan Raj group, they'd say, well, I'm sorry, I have no time. You're not like Narayan Raj. No, I have no time to listen to you. I got to listen to Narayan. He's so great and everything. But he didn't even give you what even anybody gets here. The guy is going down that path because he thinks that's better than this. He doesn't know. Oh, he thinks it's better to go down a path that's going to take him many lifetimes because it's the path preached opposite of Prabodhananda's preaching. I preach Prabodhananda Saraswati's preaching and do it and manifest that level, that mercy here. Why go anything else? You don't have people don't think straight. You got to come here and get your head on straight. Why are you following any other path? It doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sorry, I got no time to listen to you. What? No time to get the mercy of Lord Caitanya that you couldn't get through Narayan Raj? Come on, man. Or through any ISKCON? You have no time? See, people, they don't think straight. That's why you got to associate with intelligent devotees, and you get purified by their intelligence. See? And their intelligence, how does it come? By ecstatic worship for a long time. What did Jesus say? See, only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the Father to whom He chooses. So obviously the Son worships the Father a long time and a lot. And people, you just can't jump to that level of understanding. See, Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding and the real knowledge to come to me. So why wouldn't you listen to somebody like that who has the real understanding and real knowledge to come to Krishna? Oh, you're going to just jump to that level of understanding? Yeah, where's your ecstatic love? Where's your pure love of Krishna? Where are the tears pouring out of your eyes? And you're going to jump to that level? Not even these gurus can jump to that level. Where are the tears pouring out of their eyes? Where are they laughing like madmen and women, like here in our Sangha? They don't have this understanding. They also need to come here if they want to enter into the kingdom of Lord Caitanya's mercy. Not even Bhagavad Gita 10:10 do they manifest. that I've seen. Therefore, why would anybody listen to somebody like that when this is available? Okay, when this is not available, that's all you got. But this is available. You got people have the real understanding and real knowledge because they worship Krishna with pure devotional, ecstatic love. You can see it with your own eyes. We're not poker faces. You see the raging ecstasy? How do I know you're not bluffing? You ever see people in the poker game? They look at, wow, I got a great hand. And you think, well, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't go, I should not, put my money into there, because, the guy has a better hand than me. How do you know? You might have a pair of deuces. So maybe good at bluffing. Maya is good at bluffing. All right. So, anybody want to say anything before we end it?
It's so great, Guru Maharaj, to live in the story of of Krishna. I worked with disabled people with mentally disabilities. We had to give them a story.
Oh,
There is Christmas, there is Halloween, there is Easter. They could live and always feasts to birthdays, all those
oh.
kind of things, birthday of him, so that they could live towards something. That's what the Devotees do.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't need that here. We don't need that here. We have the story of the Lord every day, another one. We trust this. We open our eyes and the story is there. Whatever we read, we don't need to say, oh, it's almost Radhastami and cook for it. And no, no, we trust this situation is there always and always new and fresh. It's so fantastic. Class after class.
yeah, yeah. This is very interesting. See this practically. There's this guy. He has a video every day, but he always puts this thing about Steve Jobs, who had this great realization. He said, though the storyteller, those who are the storytellers for people in the world, they're like usually it's an elder tells the stories. The shaman or the politicians or the leaders or the gurus. So those who are the storytellers, and they're telling you a story, and that sets the course of your life. Not only your life, but life for generations. The storytellers. And so that's what they're doing now, practically. In the world, there's a story being told by Maya, and they call it predictive programming too, because it's all in the movies. Everything is going into the meta universe. Everything they want to get people to the millennials, they've been programming them to play video games. Now that's going to be your work, because all the work is taken. I'm telling you, this is what's coming. You'll see some of this for a while at least. You'll see people, their jobs are going this year. Actually, in the next 2 years, most people's jobs are going, and they're going to put people. See, this is the story. There's the Klaus Schwab and all of them. They're giving the world a story. You're going to go into the metaverse. See, Meta, Facebook, billions. They all Meta. The goggles coming out, and now it's play to earn games. See, you're going to make your money by playing games. Now, this is. See, when you don't have this is the alternative. You're going to be some stupid person sitting there playing game. Oh, I made money today. Oh, you're playing these games. It's like idiocy, and they're making idiots now. Whatever's left, because many people are dying already. I mean, maybe you guys don't know, but there's so many. Just like there are more and more. Thousands, millions are dead already. Millions. And they just hiding it as best they can. But I have all these ways to go. I go in and out. I just find it kind of interesting right now. And yeah, and so whatever's left here, there's people that want to put them in the metaverse because there's no work to them. And Maya knows this. See, Maya, people have to work. See, and so if they don't do some kind of work, they'll go crazy. And even the leaders know that. So they want to put them, so they're going to put them in the metaverse, and they'll be playing these games to make money. See, and they want to put you in a kind of a place where you see, you know this? Transportation, they don't want you to fly. They don't want you to drive. They want you to sit home. This is the Maya. I'm telling you, I see it. Like, I see all the dots, how this story, and they're telling that story. So isn't this a great story now? This is the alternative story. Because this is reality. This is eternal reality. We'll be doing this forever. And we're going in the real metaverse. See, this is the eternal spiritual world. This is always increasing. And the feelings you get are not limited like that stuff. That's all cartoons. When your body dies and your mind is finished, that's all finished. This is eternal. This is really, that's why it's so great, and I'm glad you mentioned that. This story is always ever fresh, and this is what we're here to show. And maybe we'll convince everybody, convince the leaders that to go into this eternal story, and then you'll live forever, and you'll find it's very satisfying. It's so ever fresh. So we're now those who hear these stories and hear this consciousness and these teachings and these truths and experience this deep reality, eternal reality. This sets the tone for generations also. Just like with Jesus preaching with the Holy Spirit, you notice it's still around. It set that to come up to this point, but there's still problems with that. But we're setting the worship now. This is why you see there has to be strong empowerment to do it, to go against the resistance of what was before. They're trying to set the story, even in ISKCON and all these groups, the Vaidhi Bhakti story. Let's have that story again and again and again, and we're not having it. Sorry. This is more powerful. This is more satisfying. This is where even the stories in the books are all going into ecstatic worship. So we're setting that precedent now. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And it's a great mission. So everybody should be proud and 100% behind this. You don't have to be, don't have to give any, the Vaidhis and all that what they're doing. You just say, hey, you guys, are you anybody progressive over there? You should be coming over here. This is the real will of God now. You enter into this eternal story and not just the Varnashram Dharma, because you'll be doing that story in your next life, because it's still material. It's external bhakti. The Lord himself said that's external. What does external bhakti mean? That means you're not in Vaikuntha. You're not even in Vaikuntha. That's the internal spiritual world beyond all the modes of nature. External bhakti is it's practice. It's all shadow of the truth. That's why Jesus came, to turn the shadow into reality. Real worship, eternal worship. See? So anyway, that's what we're doing. So on that note, we'll see ya. Have an awesome day. Sleep well there, Lolita. May you sleep soundly for 5 hours, 6 hours.
Thank you for your wish.
You can have a benediction like that.
Thank you.
You need it. Good rest. All that energy you put in your classes is great. Effortless energy. Isn't that amazing to do? Her service is just to sit there and chant Hare Krishna and laugh like a mad woman.
It's effortless.
Huh?
Completely. It's completely effortless. This morning I felt myself becoming like Lord Caitanya. This big man. I felt myself becoming like a giant. And I was thinking about Johan. He had a dream that he
Yeah.
became Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard that dream of Johann?
No, I didn't. No,
He
I didn't.
dreamed that he got the body of Krishna.
Yeah,
Also, such a huge experience.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because that's actually taught in our books. When you are a resident of Vrindavan, sometimes the gopis or any devotees, they become so absorbed, and they use this in the form of the gopis in their reference. Sometimes they become so absorbed. You can read this in 10th canto, in the gopis. They become so absorbed in Krishna, sometimes they think they're Krishna. But it's not the Mayavadi type thinking they're God. It's a very special union. They're so close that they just, and they can. It's like they're simultaneously one with Krishna for a brief time, and it's an extraordinary experience. But only see, this is proof. This just shows me that you too have been given entrance into Vrindavan and their moods and their realizations and all that. There's no one on the planet like the devotees here. They're making such mega advancement. This is the true will of God and Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna and Lord Prabhupada for everybody. You can all finish it out there, everybody. You can have extraordinary, ever deepening revelations of Vrindavan, like the devotees here. See, they didn't even know that. You guys didn't even know that. Just like that, my disciple, the second disciple, had the darshan of Krishna. She was only there a short time. She didn't know anything, and she described it exactly verbatim as the scriptures describe Krishna, even his voice. And look at Maria. She just coming, and she even said, "Don't tell me, don't tell me." And she says, "Who's this guy? He's very tall." Lord Chaitanya. Who is this guy that's with Lord? He's like glue, like glue. That's Nityananda. He was like glue. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Are you ready for more later? You're going to rest up. Everybody rest up, get a good rest, and we'll be back for more juicy chanting and hearing and all this. Get more in the story that lasts forever.